There we go. We are live. Hi everyone, if you're watching live, come and say hi. I'll put my little thingy along the bottom. If you're watching on catch up, leave us a comment and one of us will put back and reply to you at some point. But yeah, thank you for watching today and thank you for coming on, Charlotte. It's really lovely to have you on as today's guest.
Yeah, thank you.
But I'm going to do a couple of either or questions just while we let Facebook do its thing and let anyone else know that we are live. So just either or, what's the immediate answer that comes to your head when I ask the questions?
Okay.
So dog or cat?
Oh, dog.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Coffee or tea?
Tea, all the way. Don't like coffee at all.
No, I'm with you on that one. Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi, I think.
Okay. Cake or pie?
Cake. Chocolate cake.
I would agree with you there as well. Sunrise or sunset?
Probably sunset. I'm a bit like Anna yesterday. I'm not a morning person at all. So sunset.
Okay. Final one, fruit or veg?
Oh, I don't know, actually. I would normally, I mean, I'm terrible with both, but probably fruit. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's nice to get to know you a little bit more with those fun questions. But introduce yourself a little bit. Let everyone know a little bit who you are.
Okay, so I'm Charlotte. I am a wife of nearly 5 years, actually. It's our anniversary coming up. And I've got 2 little boys, Archie and Leo. They're 4 and 2. They've been the centre, well, they are the centre of my world, I suppose. They've been my main focus for the whole of the 4 years. Leo's 4 now. And I started to realise that it wasn't just about them and I was important too in all of this. And so I set up my little business, Charlotte Makes, just before Christmas. And that's kind of become my third child, I suppose. It's taking up a lot of my time, but I love it and really passionate about it. And it's just nice to have something for me again and not just be wife and mummy and friend and daughter and sister and, all of those other things. It's nice to just be Charlotte again.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about what is your business. So what do you do? I know, obviously I know, but people watching at home don't.
But it actually started off, I started off making Christmas stockings just before Christmas. We hit lockdown 3, lockdown 2, and I thought I cannot spend my evenings just vegging out on the sofa anymore. I'm bored of doing that. I've had enough of doing that now. So I started making some Christmas stockings to sell, and they were really popular and got lots of support. And they had quite a personal story because they were actually my granny's design, and then my mum sort of redid them for us, and then I redid them and sold them. So that was really nice. And part of my Christmas stockings was the most beautiful sparkly fabrics that I was using, and they also had their own personal story because at mine and my husband's wedding, my mum had made some bunting out of this sparkly fabric because I'm such a magpie. Anything sparkly, I'm just drawn straight to it. So yeah, that was a big part of my stockings, and people loved them because of the sparkly fabric. Then it got to November. My little boy was turning 4. The shops were shut. Not the garden centres, actually. So I went to the garden centre to buy him a badge and, of course, couldn't get him a number 4. So I made one out of these sparkly fabrics, and I'm going to show you it because it's like the original. It's the one that this all started with. So, I mean, you can see how sparkly they are. And I just took a picture of him wearing it, put it on my social media, and people were just like, please tell me you're starting to make, you're going to sell these. And I was looking for something to carry on after Christmas. Obviously, I knew I couldn't carry on with the stockings. So it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe I could, and it kind of went from there. So it kind of happened by accident, which is really nice actually that happened. Yeah, and that's kind of how it started, and it's just grown from there really. I then started taking requests, so people were like, could you do a dinosaur one? And I was really trying to push myself out of my comfort zone mentally, and not be or try to say yes more. I was trying to become more of a yes man rather than oh no, I don't think I can do that, which is probably more typical of me. But yeah, I was trying to be a yes man.
Yeah.
And it
There's
just
some amazing ones though. Like Amelie is very drawn to the unicorn one. I'm like, your birthday's November, let's decide nearer the time.
Let's
But
just
like that was initially like she looked at it and she's like, that one. And I'm like, okay, we'll decide near the time when it's time to order it. But yeah, there were so many different funky designs, and like you said, you've kind of, I quite often see people have put, do you think you can do this in your group? And you've kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, most of my ideas come from people, from other people. I do come up with my own ideas, obviously, but I don't have much time to play with my own ideas. So most of them are coming from other people, and then they stem from other people's ideas. But yeah, like you said, it's nice, particularly for children, because I can sort of cater to their interests. So my other little boy was 2 in January, so I bought this. I'm really sorry. I've bought loads of things to show you.
No, I told you to, so it's fine.
Okay, good. But I made Archie a little digger. He just loves diggers. So, he was over the moon with that. And I managed to capture just kind of the best picture of him holding it. And I just thought, that's why I'm doing this. Just the enjoyment just that little snapshot of joy that I'm bringing to people's lives is just incredible. And I just feel like everybody needs little moments like that, don't they?
Yeah, and they're so much nicer than the shop bought ones. The ones that quite often you just think, oh, they're only ever going to work for one day. I'll just get like something, but they're so boring.
I know, and then
like, but then
I'm with you. I'm
forever,
with you.
can't you? It's like actually sometimes, yeah, they're only going to wear it for one day, but it's something they can look back at and have to like, well, that year I was really into this, and that year I was really into that, and it's kind of like almost like a memory for them as they grow up to kind of have and reflect on what they had year in, year out, which I think is a lovely idea.
Well, that's it. And I mean, I've got like shelves in my boys' rooms, and obviously there's not loads because I've only been doing it for a short amount of time, but Archie's got, because I make birthday crowns as well. I've bought a little one to show you. This is a new-ish one. It's like a lacy one. I made one for Archie, and so he's got his crown on his teddy on his shelf, and then he's got his badge, and it's just nice because obviously over the years I'm just going to line them all up, and they are sturdy enough to kind of sit on the shelf, which is nice as well. Like you said, it is like a reminder every year of what they're into and how they've sort of grown and changed as the years have gone by.
Yeah, which is lovely. And like you said, though, it's not just the kids, though, because if I remember right, was it your granddad you made one for? And that you put a picture in your group, and his face was just as smiley with his badge on as what the kids' pictures we see in your group are. So
yeah, I mean, I know, and obviously, he's my granddad, so I'm the one that made him. So of course he's going to have that pride. But I've since had a couple of people say, actually, can you make me one for my 93rd? For my granddad's 93rd birthday. And I think how lovely, birthdays so often as you get older get overlooked. I'm not bothered about my birthday anymore. But, so for a 94-year-old, he's really not bothered about his birthday anymore. But it was just something really special to him. And his face says it all, really. And that's what I mean. And I actually hate, for years, I do suffer with my mental health. I always have, really, when I look back on it. But birthdays were always such a difficult time of year for me because it really symbolised that passing of time, and that was a really big thing that I was really latching on to. this year, it was my birthday in January, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to make myself a badge. And I did, and I wore it with pride, and I was just like, yeah, it's my birthday today, and that's okay. I'm quite happy with this. And this is, Charlotte Makes is just so much more than just making badges to me, from a really personal level. It really, really works for me and brings me so much, I don't want to keep using the word joy, but it does bring me joy, and it does do a lot for my mental health.
Yeah, well, that's great that you found something that does that for you, though, isn't it? I think sometimes people that do suffer, it's finding that little thing that helps. And like you said, you did that because that made you help for your birthday, and that was right for you. And for me, the last few years, I'm getting to the point where birthdays are just birthdays. But I'm sure you probably feel the same. But like when you've got kids, they know it's your birthday, and they're like, "It's your birthday today." And the amount of times that Amelie's kind of just like, come on, it's your birthday. We've got to do something. You've got to have a cake. You've got to have this. They love it just as much as you do when you get to that point.
Absolutely. And that even this year, Leo said to me, Mummy, where are your balloons, and where are your banners? And I thought, do you know what? Where are my balloons, and where are I'm important. This is my birthday, and I'm special too. And that's kind of why I've started. I don't know if you've seen in my group, a birthday club. So it is
the next point on my list, actually. Yeah, go talk about it.
Feeds really well into this next bit. But that's why I've set it up, because as a mum, I find that I'm the one doing a lot of the organising, and my husband works really hard, but I'm the one that does the bits at home and the extra sort of things, especially around Christmas, birthdays. So obviously when it comes to my birthday, I'm not going to organise it for myself. I don't want to buy myself a balloon. It's not the same, is it? And that's why I've set up the birthday club. And at the minute, it's only available to people that are members of my group. But I'm looking to expand that, because I've got quite a good network now on Instagram as well, which I'm really enjoying. So yeah, at the minute, it's just in my group. And basically, you can just sign up at any time. Let me know when it's your birthday. I'll write it down in my diary. And it's only £5, and you pay. You can pay months in advance. So it's like a coffee or something, isn't it, that you haven't bought for yourself? Or I don't know how you want to look at it. And I'll send you a badge for your birthday. And the idea is that by the time your birthday comes around, you've probably kind of forgotten about it. Or if you haven't, I'd like to think that maybe you're thinking, oh yeah, my badge. Yeah. And I'll send a card and a little treat in the box as well, like a scratch card thing for any future kind of spends with me. It really is the reason why I've started that, is to help busy mums and women. It's not just mums. I mean, I've put in my group title, it does say mum chat, but that's only because I am a mum. But any busy women really, and men, but I don't think I've got any men in my group at all. So but they're more than welcome.
I definitely looked at it and thought I loved that idea. Like when you half mentioned it, I was like, I'm thinking about doing this, and I remember commenting and saying, yes, do it, because I think it's a lovely idea. I think it's a great thing to do, and I think lots of people probably would be signing up and doing that.
I've had quite a few people sign up, which I'm happy about. It's not, I really had to weigh it up in my mind, like, oh, what, I really didn't know how much for people to spend. I didn't really know how to arrange it. But then when I talked to my husband, he was just like, why are you doing it? It's to help make them feel special. So the £5 doesn't, I don't charge postage and package on top of it. It's like it really is like a treat. So it's kind of like a minimum spend with me almost. And yeah, you get something for your birthday. So I think I would definitely sign up for it if it wasn't me doing it personally, but yeah, I'm just hoping it could help make other women feel special.
Yeah, I think it's a lovely idea. I think it's great. So what's other things are next? What's the plans for going forward?
Oh, this is scary. To be honest, I'm just so overwhelmed with how far it's come already. You know, I'm going from, you know, I literally work, I'm sat at my dining table now, and this is where I sit, and this is where I craft and make. And I've just had to start putting my boys in for an extra day at nursery just so that I can keep on top of orders. Which kind of obviously sort of adds to the mum guilt, and you know that's a big part at the minute that's really playing on my mind. So I don't know. I would just like to carry on spreading this sparkly joy, and I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. I think I would really like to start collaborating with other small businesses, and a lot of people are doing like the letterbox gifts now. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
And I do have a few people that have kind of ordered from me to include my items in their letterbox gift boxes. Like I'll show you another one actually, like these little pocket hugs. In fact, they're little oh, I can't work out this camera, sorry. Little magnets. So they're quite sweet, and they are going in some little letterbox gift boxes. I don't really know what they're called, but
yeah.
So I would quite like to do that. I'm kind of, my newest item was my bookmark, which I've just started reading a book. So I'm hoping to work with some kind of local or small book businesses. I know quite a few people doing Usborne and things like that, and they do book clubs, and I've just joined a book club. That's why I'm reading that book. So yeah, I just love to do little collaborations really, and kind of up my visibility and get myself out there a little bit more.
Yeah, which I think you're certainly doing, because obviously we met through Mums in Business, and that's how I found out about you. And obviously lots of us are connecting and communicating and growing just by one conversation with one person, like leads to conversations with other people and stuff, doesn't it? Which is obviously great for us as we grow businesses. And I'm sure it's the same. Well, it's definitely for me, so I'm sure it's the same for you.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And before all of this, people were saying the power of social media, and I was just like, I don't really get it. I'm not, because I wasn't a part of it. I didn't have a need to be in any sort of network. I was just on social media as myself. But now I've got this business, and it's just incredible. The community, the support, just that little boost. You know, if you're really struggling, you could just put something out there and know that you're going to get some replies, and it's just so supportive, isn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many people in there that honestly I talk to them a lot more than I do like people that are in my family, and they're there the minute you need. Just, and like they always say, no question is too stupid, or no comment is too stupid. It's just something that like actually you need to get off your chest, or you need to ask, and someone will be able to answer you in whatever form that might be.
Yeah, definitely. It is. It's just, I'm just so glad I found it. Do you know, I don't even know how I found it. But I'm obviously from Peterborough, so Elise is my kind of leader for my area, and I kind of feel like maybe did she reach out to me or I reached out to her? I can't remember, but yeah, I'm just so glad that happened. I'm just so glad I found it, and I do recommend it to other people, especially on Instagram, who I feel like put all their efforts into Instagram. I've sort of gone to them and said, look, have you come across Mums in Business? It's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that Leonie talks about a lot, that yes, use the platform that you're using, but sometimes it is really nice to kind of diversify and find your customers where your customers are. And maybe Instagram isn't always the right platform, or some customers are there and some customers are in other places. So
yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's like that whole find out where they hang out, you know. And if I'm honest, I absolutely love Instagram. I always have preferred Instagram over Facebook. I don't really know why, but and I have a great interaction. I have a really good following on Instagram and really good interaction on my posts, but it's not where most of my sales come from by any means. Most of my sales come from Facebook leads and things like that. And I do have an Etsy shop as well, so that gets me out there a little bit more from one-off sales. So
yeah. So we'll end our chat here, but where can people find you? So where can they come and find what you're up to?
Okay, so I'm on Facebook as Charlotte Makes, and then on my Facebook page you can sort of hop directly to my group, which is Charlotte Makes Mum Chat. I really should know this. Mum Chat, crafts, and loads of glitter, or something like. Gosh, I really should know that. But that's my group. I do a lot more personal posts in there, and I really feel like I'm developing a really nice community in there. It's really lovely, and that's where I sort of showcase a lot more of my crafts and things that I'm up to with the boys and things like that. I'm also on Instagram, but I'm on there as Charlotte Carter Makes, but basically the same, and that's linked with my Facebook page as well, so come find me. And I'm also on Etsy if you wanted to have a look at my Etsy shop, and I'm Charlotte Carter Makes on there as well.
Well, when we finish this chat and we finish chatting, if you put all your links in the comments underneath the video on my page, then people can just directly go and find you that way as well.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Tanya.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and joining me live. It was lovely just to chat to you and talk a little bit more about your business, and hopefully you might some people might pop over and see some of the things you are selling. I'm definitely going to be ordering a badge family. My birthday comes around, so it's already in my diary for sort of like end of September time, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
thank you so much. It's been really lovely.
It's been lovely to chat to you, and thank you if you've joined us live. We had a few of you pop up, and if you're watching on catch up, make sure you let us know that you joined us. But yeah, we will see you soon.